For the next few days only, The Athletic is just £24 for a whole year. See the link in the description to sign up now.
Hi there! Welcome to Tifo IRL. I'm Joe Devine. This is JJ Bull, and here we are today to do our Premier League team of the calendar year 2021. Now, you've chosen a 4-3-3 here.
It's the best of the numbers this year.
That's right.
I think.
Oh, I haven't seen the team yet. I'm informed that you've had help from Alex Stewart and Seb Stafford-Bloor to assemble this team, and an alternate team as well of players who just missed the cut.
That's correct. I took liberty to choose my own team of the year in the Premier League, but there was also an alternative team of the year, which we will reveal in full at the end.
Can I say something about these team of the year videos that I watch people make?
Yes.
I don't like how they go from back to front. Yeah?
Okay.
I understand why. The mystery element. You want to keep people watching for the entire video, so you don't reveal the striker until the end, right?
Well, do you want to go randomly through the positions then?
Yeah, I was going to say, can I ask for a position and you tell me?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
And then I can spoil it all so people don't have to watch beyond 4 minutes.
Yes, let's do that.
All right. In which case, I want your left-sided forward, please. That's right. Retention rates.
Left-sided forward is one of the ones that's difficult.
Oh.
Because I've chosen either Phil Foden or Diogo Jota to go here.
Sure.
But I think because of the technicality, Jota's played through the middle as a striker.
Sure.
So we're going to go with Phil Foden, who has played a lot of the time as a kind of left winger for Man City. So here he is. I don't have any numbers for Foden either. It's a bad one to start with, but It's good we're here.
Well, it's good that we decided just on the whim to...
I like it a lot. I love Phil Foden. He's a great boy and also a fantastic footballer.
Fine, I like him too. I think he's good.
Yeah, you know. He's been great all year. Since January, remember? He's been excellent. Scored many goals and assists.
There we go. Well, one player down. So far we've learnt it's Phil Foden, and he's a good player.
He's scored 11 goals and 7 assists.
There we go. Well, lots of goal involvements there. Fine, I want your goalkeeper now, please.
Well, as you can see, Joe, my goalkeeper is Eduard Mendy of Chelsea.
Yes.
He's been very good all year. In fact, so good in fact, that he has the best save percentage of any goalkeeper in the league all year, which is 74.29. The second to him is Aaron Ramsdale, which even he got relegated last season, but this season at Arsenal has been very good. And only Ederson has conceded fewer goals than him. Basically, he's been a phenomenal goalkeeper. People were talking about him being nominated potentially for a Ballon d'Or, but he then won the Champions League. He made Chelsea much more stable at the back. His distribution is good. He's good at playing in the tight spaces when they're trying to build from the back. That's why he's there.
Sure.
Good alternative though.
Yeah.
Because Alex, Seb and I were discussing the more Tifo-y team, and they suggested Robert Sanchez of Brighton.
Okay. Who suggested that?
Seb.
Seb?
Yeah. And he's been very good this season. Good, very highly used in fantasy football. But it's all year. So.
Fine. Well, I want your deep line 6 there.
The deep line 6, this guy is going to be, I think, yes. Well, I don't really think this, but I think you have to, by law, pick Jorginho has to go here.
Yeah.
Chelsea were superb since Tuchel came in. I think he joined in January, changed Chelsea completely. They played that 3-4-3 system that then allowed them to win the Champions League, and they pushed right to the end of the season, got into Champions League spaces. And for a long time under Lampard, it looked like they wouldn't be able to make that. Chelsea were excellent. Jorginho's a big part of that. Everything runs through him. He is essential to how they play. There's lots of things to his game that aren't great. Like he can be caught in possession. A goal recently when he just couldn't take the ball out of the air. Happens sometimes.
He's had a couple of high-profile errors in recent weeks, which perhaps aids us in forgetting how good he was this season, particularly during the Euros for Italy as well. We should say.
But this is from the Premier League, just. We should say.
Sure.
And all year.
Definition things, isn't it? It's like a player who plays in the Premier League but also was good in another competition, is that not? That doesn't.
It helps support.
It helps
the
support,
thing.
Supporting thing.
Alternative. Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester.
Yeah.
Good stats for you. He has the second most interceptions of any player in the league all year, which is good.
Yeah.
74 of them. He's also made the most tackles of any player.
Yeah.
All year. So maybe Ndidi should be there. But we're going to go with Jorginho because the team has done better.
Okay, I like that. I can tell you too, Mark Carey was pretty handy before we started this video. I was really curious to know what the Premier League table would look like if it was for the calendar year rather than for the season so far. So, all the points up until now from January. Chelsea are second in the table. Now, it's important to say that lots of teams have played a different number of games, but Chelsea's points per game ratio is 2. They're above Liverpool, they're above Manchester United, Arsenal, West Ham. They are behind Manchester City, who, get this, do you want to guess what their points per game ratio is?
2.3.
2.5.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Somehow, Man City have so far 101 points from this calendar
For the year.
And Chelsea, again, in second place with 3 fewer games played than Manchester City, 77. So there's an absolutely extraordinarily enormous gap between 1 and 2. With Liverpool coming in third in both, which I suppose kind of surprised me a little bit, but then,
I suppose technically they should all be Man City players then.
I think maybe they should. Okay. But instead, tell me about right back. I've got an inkling of who I think right back is going to be.
Do you want to tell me who you think it is?
I think it's Rhys James.
Well, I was torn between Rhys James because I really rate him as a footballer. Rhys James, excellent footballer, really important for Chelsea getting up and down this sort of area as a right wing back. But Alexander-Arnold does the wing back role from the right back slot. But statistics, as I said, are important. He has had 12 assists all year, which is more than any other player in the entire league, which is pretty nuts considering he's a defender technically.
Yeah, that's
Scored
great.
3 goals too. Also has created 61 chances in open play. That is behind, it was the same as Mo Salah, is behind only Bruno Fernandez, the king of chances in open play.
Yeah.
He's also...
And he's doing that, the point you made is he's doing that from full back rather than wing back.
Exactly. So imagine that being the most creative player essentially in the league
He
in open play.
basically is a wing back, but sure.
Yeah, well, I know.
Yeah.
But also, he's had the most touches of any player by quite a number in the Premier League all year as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Rhys James wasn't far off though.
Statistically, he doesn't quite get up to Alexander-Arnold's, but then he's missing things like, well, he takes set pieces too.
He scores more goals.
Well, Alexander-Arnold is in there. And the alternative, Alex's alternative is Matty Cash of Aston Villa.
Fine, yeah.
And my alternative...
I just want to make it clear, I'm not laughing at Matty Cash or Aston Villa, I'm just laughing, obviously that's Alex's suggestion.
Yes, exactly.
Sure.
And he's a very good player, Matty Cash. I would say more last season than this. But in the alternative team, Rhys James has gone in because I think he can't get that close without being the alternative team.
Fine. Okay. Well, tell you what, I want one of the other central midfielders now.
Okay. Well, this is going to be Ilkay Gundogan.
Oh, okay.
Now, hugely important to how Man City play, obviously in their 4-3-3, but he can play as this double pivot alongside Rodri all season. City's formation, got a video about this in Tifo IRL. It's more of a 4-4-2 now, where the forwards, you get the left and the right winger, essentially interchange freely with the 2 central forwards. They don't actually have a forward often, they just swap and move in. And Gundogan's one of the most prevalent at doing that, which is why he's got 14 goals and 5 assists all year, which puts him basically as one of the top scorers in the league.
He's amazing.
Yeah. I think only Kane and Salah have scored more
Wow.
than Gundogan. 5 assists as well. Also captain, leader, hero.
Is he the captain?
Sometimes.
Right.
Wears the armband sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
So just a great player.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I like his face.
Alternative, Yuri Tielemans. That was Alex suggested that one.
Fair enough.
He's been great. Hugely important for Leicester. Box-to-box midfielder, similar in style.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah. I like that pick. Fine. Tell you what, give me one of the centre backs now.
Let's go with an interesting one because... oh yeah, Rudiger.
Rudiger.
Yeah, we'll go with Rudiger here.
Nice pick.
Thank you. So Antonio Rudiger at Chelsea, probably one of the best centre-backs in the world at the moment. For a long time didn't seem like he would be, but he really suits playing in a 3. So this is all made up and not real. It doesn't matter. He's part of a 2. It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter.
Sure.
Don't have any numbers for him. I've just written on my notes. He's just good.
He is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Carries the ball a lot. Lots of progressive carries.
Also, I mean, again, recency bias, of course, but winning 2 penalties the weekend just passed before we record this by, being fouled in the opposition box 2 times different points in the game.
Yeah.
The contribution he makes to Chelsea's attack is really exciting to see from a centre-back.
He's almost like one of those overlapping centre-backs that I might have made up. I don't know. He gets forward a lot.
Sure.
Alternative to him, as suggested by the Tifo people, was James Tarkovsky of Burnley.
Of Burnley.
Who I mean, this might help, but he has won the most aerial duels of any player in the league, which I think is kind of easy to do when you play for Burnley. And the ball's mostly in the air.
Given the number of balls that would be in the air.
So he's won 178 aerial duels. Christian Benteke of Crystal Palace is 227. And Thomas Souček is 195.
From the middle. Wow, that's impressive.
Pitch. Yes.
That's impressive.
So yeah.
Fine. Tell you what, give me the 10.
Bruno Fernandez.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're thinking of recency bias. You maybe not think he's been that great in this last few months because
he feels that way.
Had to deal with changes in the team and the manager being jettisoned into the sun and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But if you look at his numbers, I mean, he's still one of the most creative players in the entire league. I mean, he is the most creative player in open play of any player. 78 chances created, 13 goals, 8 assists. Everything used to run through Man United, and if you look at your table that Mark Carey was telling you,
can I say, in fact, I was a little surprised to see this again. Just to reiterate, different number of games played, 3 or 4 apart in some cases. But Liverpool have played 38 games this year. Manchester United have played 39 as we speak. Only 2 points difference in it. Liverpool 73 points, Man United 71 is not something I would think based on recent news. Also 1.8 points per game. Liverpool's 1.9 points per game. Given the chasm that we see between the scale and the quality of both teams, that surprised me. And maybe Bruno Fernandez is part of the reason why.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of players have declined in the last few months, but if you look at the whole year, I mean, Fernandez would be one of the outstanding players in the entire league, definitely.
Sure.
He has to go in.
I'm very interested to ask you about this. Bruno Fernandez now under Ralf Rangnick. We can see him in one of those sort of 2 advanced central midfield positions. Do you think he's going to have the same license to be the creator? Because one of the reasons that his statistics are as impressive as they are is because it looks a lot like he was told to just try everything all the time.
Do everything all the time. Well, like Rangnick's, a lot of the Red Bull teams played like, or his teams I should say, played like a 4-2-2-2. So Fernandez would actually be one of the second strikers, maybe.
He's been in the
he's mostly been on
recently, yeah.
Well, it could be in the right or left. It's probably more likely where he'd be like here, say. So when they move up the pitch, he's still going to get into positions where he can attack people, not violently, but with the football. And that's what they can do. The overlapping fullbacks can get off the pitch. But he still gets in the 10 positions.
Attacking people non-violently with the football. That's it's one of my favourite pastimes. Anyway, I'm bored now.
Okay.
I want the left back, please.
The left back, I can't remember who that is. Left back's João Cancelo.
Okay.
Of Man City.
Yeah.
So my alternative is quite boring. Andy Robertson, because he's probably the best left back, out and out left back.
Second half of the season, second half of the season, Ben Chilwell would be in with a shout. First half, Luke Shaw would have been in a shout.
Yeah, first half of the seaon, first half of the year, Shaw definitely, but then he's been rubbish, I think, this season mostly, since the Euros.
Oh, for sure.
Chilwell has been decent all year.
Just love goals from fullbacks.
Yeah, well, like Cancelo does that. Like, he's a left back who's right-footed, so he can play at right back as well. But then he comes into the middle and forms this midfield 3 that City play with. It comes like that. And some of the passes he plays are unbelievable. Yeah, if he plays at right back, which he can also do, I mean, this doesn't really matter for this because it's just a made-up team. But when he comes into here, he plays like outside of the boot passes that go around. Well, it was one defenders.
Of his that said was your favourite pass of the season so far, wasn't it?
It might have been, yeah.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
You'll hear no quarrel from me.
Okay.
João Cancelo firmly in the team there. I like it. Let's do our right-sided forward, please.
Right-sided forward is it's the most obvious one in the entire thing, Mo Salah.
Sure.
Probably the best player in the entire world at the moment on current form. At time of recording, tied with maybe Lewandowski. Who won the award again? Messi won it. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. But Salah, so again, we look at numbers. He has scored at time of recording, because more games might happen between when this is released and when we recorded it. 23 goals, and the second most assists all year of 11, which means he's the top goal contributor in the entire league.
It's unbelievable. Yeah,
he's amazing. Yeah. It's ridiculous. If he was playing abroad, you'd be thinking, oh, I wish he was playing in England. But
I know he's a strike. I know maybe this is too simplified a view.
Yeah.
But based on back in my day, you had to be playing in the number 9 spot to score that many goals.
But he sort of does.
Right.
From the wide positions,
yeah,
where he comes into these areas, because they play with a false 9 a lot of times, normally Diogo Jota at the moment. drops into here, which frees the wide forward to come inside, and he can do that often because he's got Alexander-Arnold given the width outside like this.
Give me the other centre back. I'm going to guess who it is.
Have a guess.
It's Ruben Diaz.
It's Ruben Diaz, yeah. So I think he one Player of the Year last season, something like that.
What have we got? 4 City players in this team.
Diaz, Gundogan, Foden, Cancelo, so that makes sense. Diaz, do I have numbers for him? I might do. He made the most passes, so Ruben Diaz made the most passes of any player in the league all year. Any player. So integral to how City build up play. It implies that everyone would rely on him, so he's the safe option. You know you can rely on him to pick the next pass. Excellent player, has made them much better.
Fantastic, okay.
An alternative is important. Jan Bednarek of Southampton. This wasn't Alex. This is me.
This is you.
Based on numbers, he's made the most interceptions of any player in the league all year.
Listen, we're all on the edge of our seats. Yeah?
Yes. Well, who's the striker?
Yeah.
Well, who do you think it might be?
I'm actually not sure. I mean, I've been trying to think it through the last few minutes. It's not going to be a Man United player. We've already got Fernandez in there. Man City don't really have a striker, and I think you'd be bold to put one of their wide forwards in that position. It's not going to be Ferran Torres, I don't think. I don't think it will be Firmino. We've already mentioned Jota, so I'm assuming you're going to leave him out. It's obviously not Sadio Mane, so that rules Liverpool out. It's not going to be Arsenal. Sorry, Arsenal. It could be Harry Kane, but I feel like
Let me tell you, it's Mikel Antonio of West Ham.
Sure.
Now I've got numbers.
I can see that. Yeah, explain it to me and to the people, because some people will be furious with you.
So only Ilkay Gundogan, Harry Kane and Mo Salah have scored more goals than Antonio all year, but he's also provided 9 assists.
9?
Yeah. And he's playing for a team that's much worse than the other lads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look at West Ham where they're pushed in the table. What's their points of the year?
Well, I can tell you actually, surprisingly high. For points per game and total points, they're 5th. So total points, same number of games as Man United, 1 more than Liverpool. They have 1 fewer point than Man United across the course of the whole year. Only 3 fewer than Liverpool. And in terms of points per game, it is roughly speaking the same as Man United, just behind them, just ever so slightly behind Liverpool, ahead of Arsenal, ahead of Tottenham, ahead of Leicester, ahead of Leeds. It's impressive.
Well, I would say Antonio and Souček are a huge reason for that.
Yeah.
And
David Moyes.
Yes, definitely him. Yeah, I mean, Antonio, we all know him as a striker now, and he's got all the physical attributes of a number 9, like Alan Shearer. Like he's big, that he can hold up the ball really well. His link play is really good, but he's also really quick.
Yeah.
His positioning is excellent, both defensive and in terms of movement off the ball to get into positions to score. But he can also play at right back. He can play as a winger. He can play just anywhere. Oh, there he is. Anywhere on the pitch, essentially. He's a multi-positional player, not multi-dimensional. But he's a striker. And yeah, so his goal contributions, I would say Kane's been pretty much just garbage this season. So
and for garbage, still very good output, we should say.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's he's one of the world's best players. He's not showing at the moment. There could be various reasons for that. Just he's out of form. But Antonio has been consistent throughout the whole year, I would say, and has helped West Ham become a team that can realistically push for European places. I mean,
I like it a lot.
The amount of money he would have cost to buy now is so much, but Moyes has turned him into that player.
Yes, the amount of money he would cost to buy now is so much.
It's so much,
It's so much.
Alternative, Rafinha, even though it's cheating, but you'll see why that works in a minute.
It's not a striker.
Well, I know, but I've moved it around, so you'll see.
Okay.
Do you want to see the alternative team?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah. So ta-da! Here is the alternative, more Tifo-ish team of the year. So players I've already mentioned, including Rafinha. And you see what I mean? Jota is the forward, the central one, because I think that's where he goes.
Yeah.
Based off the whole year.
I hear Alex Stewart sent his team in as well for us to have a look at. He was unhappy that he didn't get to pick entirely, so he went with his own team. Yeah,
and I'll show you that now. And here is the team that Alex Stewart proposed. As you can see, it's all James Ward-Prowse and Ibrahim Sangare.
Who doesn't play in the Premier League.
No.
Yes.
Well, that's our team of the year. And the alternative team of the year and Alex Stewart's Team of the Year.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel.
Ref, free kick!
Come on, play's moved on, mate.
Oh, my bad.
Be the football fan in the know. The Athletic.